And gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord. And God, we just lift up this time tonight to you, Lord, as we make decisions, as we discuss certain things amongst our body, Father, that you would reign over us tonight, Father. And that the discussion and the decisions made would be pleasing to you, Father, that it would be your will, Father. You would find favor in us tonight. And Father, thank you for the leaders on the school board, Father. I pray a blessing upon them. I thank you for the faculty, for the administration, Father, that leads our schools. And God, we just pray a special blessing upon them as well. But Father, tonight, we give you this time, and we just pray that your countenance would fall upon this place. And that, Father, that once again you would find it pleasing to you as we discuss in a manner that is worthy unto you, Father. Thank you for each person here, Lord, and what they bring to this meeting tonight, Lord. And God, we just thank you for all the many blessings that you dispose upon us each and every day, God. You are awesome, you're amazing, and God, we love you, and we ask it now in Jesus' name. Amen.
And then we have from the primary, the White Buccaneer Crew representatives. And Ms. Smith,
All right, come on up, boys and girls. I want to tell you just a little bit about who these guys are. Let's scoot down just a little bit this way. Everybody scoot down. These are the White Buccaneers. This year we have a new challenge going on at the primary school, and it's called the Pirate Challenge. And all of our students are divided up into 3 different groups, and we call them the crews, the pirate crews. And we have the White Buccaneers, the Black Bandits, and the Red Raiders. I thought they were going to have to help me there for a minute. But anyway, these are all members of the White Buccaneer group, and they all compete. We have a competition each 9 weeks to see who can earn the most points. And they earn points by having good attendance and very good behavior and some other kinds of challenges that we've had throughout the 9 weeks. And our first 9 weeks winners were the White Buccaneers, and this is just a few of the students, but they earned an awesome field trip. And so we are about to finish up our second 9 weeks, and we will have either a new winner or maybe the White Buccaneers will win again. We're not sure, but we're really proud of them, and they're all really good students. So they're going to help us lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
A pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You guys are not going to want to stick around for this. All the little guys. Now's the time before we get rolling. Thank you, guys.
They sat down there ready to go. Well, that is really hard to follow, but I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Roll call, please. Here. Here. All right. Thank you to everyone for being here tonight. We appreciate you. Support Employee of the Month.
Yep, we'll go ahead and get going with UES first.
Sir, oh, I'm sorry, I shocked you. I'm sorry. Oh, there's Miss Tay. Taylor Didway, if you want to come on up here. She is our support staff.
Let's have board members come on.
Okay, sure. So let me come on up here, Miss Tay. Let me tell you a little bit about You can come stand by me so I won't be so nervous. Okay, Ms. Didway is a paraprofessional at Upper. She's been nominated and chosen to be recognized for her outstanding dedication to our students. Taylor joined us after the school year began to help support students who need extra help. She has proven to be a great asset to our school. A few things her coworkers are saying about her are, you ready for this? Is your husband ready for this? I'm sure. Okay, are you going to believe this? Taylor is extremely patient and is willing to help with whatever needs to be done. She's so kind to staff and students alike. She has patience and compassion for the students she is working with while also setting high expectations for learning. Ms. Tay has been a great asset to my classroom and our school. She's a great parent and the kids adore her. I'm so thankful to have her this year. Ms. Tay is awesome. She's a wonderful para who's been such a blessing to my classroom. She is so patient and kind and always has a smile on her face, and she really does. Every time I see her, she has a smile on her face, even though she has one of the hardest jobs. She still comes to school and gives it her all. And one teacher, I feel like she summed it up. I nominated her because I know how challenging her role can be and how demanding the job is. Even without being in the classroom, even being in the classroom with her, it's clear that she handles difficult situations with patience, consistency, and strength. She shows up every day ready to support her students, stays committed despite the challenges, and demonstrates a level of dedication that deserves recognition. And that was written by a teacher who doesn't even have her in her class. That's how she is known throughout our school, and I'm so proud of her. We're so glad she joined us.
You're good. You're good. And next we have high school. And I will say that each of our recipients are going to get a $50 gift card. And at the end of the year, they'll have a chance to win $500. So this is from First National Bank. They sponsor this award. So high school.
Good evening. I am honored to recognize Mr. Trevor Schenkel as our support employee from the high school. The things that were said about this wonderful employee is that he works hard, has great relationships with our students. Mr. Schenkel has a lot of pride and dedication in making our school a clean, safe, and welcoming place for our students and staff. He does a great job of keeping this part of our building clean. Coach Schenkel is always happy to be here. At least he's good at faking it and smiling. He's a joy to be around and has a great attitude at work. Also, he works hard every day and is kind to the students. Everyone should be more like Coach Schenkel. And I'm proud to recognize Coach Schenkel. Thank you.
Trevor will be right there in the middle. Trevor's going to block about 3 people. So. There you go. There. Right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Okay. And board members, if y'all can stay here for just 1 second, so Ms. Kelly can get a picture of you guys, just you. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you.
Do we not want to stay here while we recognize District Teacher of the Year?
Yeah, we absolutely can. We're going to be back up here again, so. All right. All right, next we're going to have Miss Tillery talk a little bit about our Teacher of the Year and introduce her, and we can get a good picture with her as well.
All right, so last month we honored our 5 Site Teachers of the Year, and since then each of them submitted a philosophy of education to our District Professional Development Committee, who graded them. And then last Wednesday, all 5 of them came here for individual interviews with a panel of 5, of which Mr. Kempnick leads. And after all the grades were tallied, our winner is Elaine Janway. And I want to talk about her for just a minute. This is her 20th year in education. 19 of those were spent at the primary school where she did all kinds of things for us. She was a math interventionist. She taught first grade. And she is always willing to do what we need her to do. I think she even served as an instructional coach for a little while. And so it didn't take PKMS long to realize what a gem they had in their building. And one of the things she said in her essay that really stood out to me was that she believes that every student definitely has the right to learn and can learn, but also they have the right to be successful at learning. And I think that just epitomizes what she does in the classroom. So we're definitely blessed to have her in our district. And Elaine, we're so proud of you.
Yeah, I'm with you, yeah.
Before everybody disperses, I think we also have a middle school principal celebrity in our midst.
Correct. Yeah, so we don't have it on the agenda because it wasn't announced till, after we kind of had everything set. So under new business, we'd have to be able to move new business up if everybody's okay with that. All right, come on up. So Dr. Gillum was nominated and then got to go down to the city and sit in interviews and go through a panel and do an essay as well. And so much like our process, they have something similar. And as I was talking to some panelists on that panel, they were like, yeah, she was by far and away the best of the whole crew. So it was a pretty easy decision. And I was like, well, of course it was. It's Dr. Gillum. So we're super proud to have Dr. Gillum with us, and couldn't be more happy to have her serving next year in this office. So how cool is that for our district? So congratulations, Dr. Gillum.
Yeah, I gave you 2 thumbs up. All right, but very exciting for our school. Great recognition, and I think that it's just fantastic. Pedo Public Schools is well represented. Okay, do we have any comments from the public?
No, ma'am.
All right, financial reports and encumbrances.
Okay, if you will turn with me to our financials. Looking at November, we'll start at the general fund. Our revenues are down slightly when we look at it compared to last November, and that is due to us not getting our title funds budget approved until the end of November, which meant we could not get our claim done, and so we submitted our claim the 1st of December. Last year, we already had the money in, so they're a little bit behind this year, but it'll get caught up. Our expenditures are down for the month of November. Last November, we purchased math textbooks in November, and this November, we did not need to do that yet. Looking at building fund, our revenue is up when you compare it to last year, and that's just due to a timing on our interest. Our October interest didn't actually come in until November, so November has October and November, so that's why it's up. Our building expenditures, we did not pay out anything last month out of building fund, but we do have capital improvement projects going on, so that will be coming. Switching over to child nutrition, our revenue is up slightly, and that's also due to that interest rates coming in came in for the month of November. Child nutrition expenditures, our expenditures are way down if you look at that compared to last year. That is because we did not receive our OPA invoice until the 1st of December. So we did not get it paid till December 2nd. So that did not come out in November like it typically does. And if you will flip that page over, we will look at our year-to-date numbers. General fund, our revenues are down, and that's due to both state and federal. The state is the textbook funding coming in all at one time. Also, last year we received 24 and 25 school resource officer grant, and also due to our prior year ESSER funding that came in last year, that's why our federal funding is down as well. Our expenditures are up in general fund, and that's due to increase in salaries and benefits. Also this year, we have already purchased 2 route buses, a ag truck. We've done some HVAC actually out of there. So we've already spent money that typically we would probably spend later in the year. Building fund, our revenue is down year to date, and that's also due to a prior year ESSER grant that came in last year. Our expenditures are up. We have been doing a lot in building fund. We purchased land beside PKMS that we've already turned into where people can park there, which is a really plus for us. We've paid early on our loan payment, and we paid extra so we didn't have to pay some of that interest this year. We've also put new HVAC system in one of the PKMS gyms, and we've done some flooring, already paid for the flooring that was done at the primary bathrooms, gym, and the high school bathrooms. And I know that, I think David will probably talk about it, but the high school gym looks really good, I've been hearing, so that's a good thing. Child nutrition, our revenue is up some from last year, and that's due to an increase in our federal funds that are coming in because more services are being offered this year. Our expenditures are down, and that's due to that OPA bill not being paid until December. So even though it looks like our child nutrition is up, we've paid it. It was just a few days late, so it's going to throw us off from this month. Our total operations fund balance is down when you look at last year, but we have done a lot this year already, especially with those route buses, the ag truck, and all the capital improvement projects that we've already done. So we've done it earlier this year than we normally do.
And I would say, when we look at the budgets, last year was really an anomaly. Like, we're not going to see another year like we did last year. We got all the federal fundings in, closing ESSER out. Yet last year's year, we used to spend a lot, and we had both revenue and expenditure as an anomaly. If you go back and look at 23 and 24, compare that trajectory that we were going to 26, I think we're right on pace, but last year just kind of throws it all off because it was such a great year for us.
Yes. We'll look at the encumbrances now. We'll start with general fund. And at the very top, you can see PL number 661 is for us to install the electric contractors out at the football field for our lights. 662 is the vault box that is for our electric buses. And then if you go about halfway down, there is PO 670, which is for just our upper library books. And then almost down at the bottom, 681, that is the PO for the LaFleur County Treasurer, and that is on our land beside us that we need to pay. Page 2, in the middle, PO number 691, that is for the high school STEM lottery grant. Mr. Shannon Stubbs received almost a little over $19,000 in a lottery grant. He just got that, so we've got some POs in for him. PO number 692 is for the 2 electric Bluebird buses that we should be receiving, and this is the amount that we will be paying. This is after the discount, so that's what we should be paying. PO number 696 is another lottery grant for Mr. Stubbs, and you can see he's getting a lot of equipment that he's going to be using in his STEM class this year.
And I want to go back to that electric bus real quick. So if you, on their electric buses, they're, Devin, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking they're like 300, 350 a piece. Do you remember how much? 375. Yeah, I mean, so they're a big chunk. And for us to be able to get them and pay that for 2 is pretty significant. That's why we felt like we couldn't pass it up. So we're actually going to be doing 4 buses this year, which isn't the norm for us. 2 is our normal cycle. But we tried to get them last year, and it just delayed into this year. So, but a great deal for Poto Public Schools.
And then if you'll look with me to the building fund, PO number 13 is for the concrete, the barn kit, dirt work, pretty much to do with the new athletic building that's going to be out by the football field there. And then there's, if you'll turn with me to the cafeteria, PO number 29, this is this year's meat grant. So we were able to get $25,000 this year, and that's by Miss Cindy Anson doing the work on that. And then PO number 30 is for some stainless steel serving lines, and they will be installed at Upper and PKMS. And then PO number 31 is our normal OPA invoice that we do monthly. And then behind that is all of the financial information. But if you'll turn, because I haven't done this in a few months, if you'll turn all the way to the blue sheet, that is our activity fund. I just want to kind of tell you the balance in our activity fund is $777,806. So we're still looking good in our activity funds. Does anyone have any questions?
Not hearing any, I'd entertain a motion for the minutes from November 10th, the minutes from the board meeting from November 21st, and the financial reports and encumbrances. I'll second. All right. Roll call, please. Adams? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Site presentation, Poto Virtual Academy.
We have Miss Brand coming up, and she's going to do her presentation on PVA. This starts our presentations. If you remember, in the spring, we do January through May, we hit all 5 of our sites. Well, we have a 6th site, so she's going to be starting us off in December. She was super excited to get to go first, and now she can see everybody else go first.
I was so excited.
She's going to do great, though.
So excited. But I kind of make it up as I go this year anyway, since we've done something new. So I said, why not? Let's do this. So I am very honored to present Poto Virtual Academy to you this evening. This program has grown into something truly special. We're very incredibly proud of what we're building. Tonight, I would really like to share with you where we started, where we are now, and where we hope to be headed. What you'll see is that the PVA is not just an online program. It's really a thriving, student-centered community that is already making a tremendous impact on our district. The mission of the PVA is to offer an innovative, flexible, and personalized online education, really that empowers students to achieve academic excellence, develop critical thinking skills, and become lifelong learners. We designed our program with the understanding that today's students need options. They really need the freedom to learn at their own pace, have support when they face challenges, and be given opportunities that reflect the modern world that they're really growing up in, that we didn't at that time. Our virtual environment, it encourages curiosity, creativity, and personal responsibility. And while the world around us changes rapidly, our mission at the PVA really remains constant. We want to give every student a pathway to success that truly fits them and who they are. One of the most transformative parts of this year has been our ability to reimagine and rebuild our in-person learning space. When students walk through the doors, we really want them to feel safe, welcomed, and supported, and we think we've built that for them. We have different learning zones as you walk through, so you'll see quiet study areas for kids that want focused work. You'll see a comfortable, collaborative space for group assignments or tutoring, and it's used all of the time if you're ever in the PVA. And then we have dedicated teacher offices so our students can easily receive the one-on-one help that they need. So you'll see tutoring sessions going on in the offices all of the time as well. It's not unusual to walk in and see students studying, laughing with their teachers, grabbing a snack, or getting personalized guidance. The space has become a home base for many of our kids. They like to start their end there in their day. And it's the first time that some of the kids have had a school environment where they really feel like they belong there. So part of that learning environment doesn't stop at just the building, and that's one of the challenges that we did face. We knew from day one that our online platform had to match that same level of organization and support that we provided in person. We needed to bring that somehow and provide it to our students online. So our teachers took up that challenge with incredible creativity. They're amazing. They designed the Pirate Portal. So the Pirate Portal is an online hub. It's our own Google site that we published so that our students can get access to their classes, assignments, announcements, teacher contacts. Everything is very organized and easy to navigate. So this platform has helped us increase communication, reduce confusion because you can send them to one space, and then created consistency across the board for all of the classes since each teacher creates their own curriculum. So those three things really are essential to student success in a virtual program, and we think we brought it with our Pirate Portal. And then one of my favorite things to do is to brag about our staff. I don't know if you have seen these names, but they're pretty impressive, and we got to have the superstars of Poto come over. Between them, they have 85 years of teaching experience, and a majority of that was done right here at Poto Public Schools, and then they came over to the PVA, so we're super excited about that. And when we say our teachers go above and beyond, we really mean beyond. So there's literally nothing they won't do to help our students succeed, and they do it with dedication, energy, and heart. They have created curriculum, redesigned instruction, and embraced new technology. They consistently go above and beyond, meeting individually with their students, checking in on families, adjusting pacing for the kiddos, encouraging students who feel overwhelmed, and then celebrating their wins. We love to bring them in and celebrate their wins. There's laughter in our building, there's collaboration, and there is genuine care. And what makes PVA successful isn't the structure or the software, it's the people who make the learning come alive for our students. And all the effort is really paying off in a really real way, we feel like. Our enrollment has continued to increase steadily over the school year, showing that families are actively seeking the kind of learning environment that we're providing. We are proud to be serving 93 students currently, and even more proud that 32 of those students are brand new to our district. Families are choosing Poto because they see value in what we're offering. And this growth really tells us that virtual learning is not just a trend, it's a need. And PVA is meeting that need with quality, innovation, and heart. And we're really excited about the growth that we have. And meeting needs is really what sets us apart. We feel more support than a lot of virtual programs, and that's what makes us different. At PVA, students can come get daily on-site help with services on-site. They get phone support. We have constant email communication and then teacher availability during the school day. On a typical day, you'll see between 15 to 20 students just come in and get help at the PVA in person. You'll see 20 to 25 phone calls, and I think that's a really low guesstimate from me. Sometimes they're hard to track, so I think it's even above that. And then the emails are nonstop from our teachers to our students. Students aren't just floating alone in a virtual space, they're really surrounded by multiple layers of support at PVA. One of the misconceptions about virtual school is that students work alone or feel isolated. And so at PVA, we're working to intentionally build a sense of community. We want to collaborate with our families. We work to invite our students to participate in on-campus activities, and we plan events that bring everyone together. Things like ICAP workshops, student-led game days, That was a big hit. And bonus point movie days, these give students something to look forward to and create a culture where learning really feels meaningful. We want every student to feel like they're a part of something bigger, and that even though their learning environment is virtual, their support system is definitely not. So at the PVA, virtual does not mean learning alone, so we really focus on every pirate every day. And now, my favorite part, I get to the heart of everything, the real reason that our program exists, and that's our students. So our students come to us with different stories, different needs, and different goals. For some, PVA offers flexibility for health reasons or family reasons. For others, it's a fresh start or a quieter learning environment where they can thrive. So no two students' paths look the same, and that's the beauty of PVA. But tonight, instead of me simply telling you how impactful our program is, some of our students would like to share their journey in their own words.
Easier to play golf with our schedule so we wouldn't have to be at school all the time. We play basketball.
Okay.
So we can have friends still without actually going to school, and we'll play golf in the spring. So that's pretty fun.
In JHS, I'm in the lunch club.
What do you do in the lunch club?
It's like gifted and talented. We just do fun crafts and stuff like that.
You could either come here and ask our teachers, or you could just email them. It only takes them a second to respond back, so.
Yeah, they're very helpful. I just feel like the teachers are more connected here with us. Like, they answer our emails quickly. I just like that. It's different, but I like it because, like I said, we get to do it at our house, so you can do whatever you want all day and still get to do your work whenever you want. I like how the teachers are really nice, and I like how we get to golf and how we can just do our work whenever we want. I feel like we learn more here than we would, and I like how we get to do like sports still, and you get to do it at your house.
He likes being at his house.
The PVA experience has helped me gain time management skills, accountability, and responsibility. It has also allowed me to participate more in organizations such as FCCLA by allowing me to be caught up with all of my work. The teachers here at PVA are very good at communicating and trying to help you to the best of your ability.
And one more.
Like, I started homeschooling for mainly just because of that tight schedules and like in my face learning like that would normally be in regular classes. That wasn't my fancy. So being able to learn at my own pace has been really nice. And then, but the problem with just standard homeschooling is you don't have as much like in-person stuff. Like, I only got occasional like 4-H meetings. So with the PVA stuff, I get daily in-person classes while also being able to have off time for my own schedule. I've been enjoying being able to go and do my in-person electives. I either shoot them an email, or after I do my in-person classes, I stop by the PVA and talk to them in person. So yeah, I've been able to do the esports part, like esports from my Pirate Hour, which is really nice because choir and esports are the same period. And then you also have choir, which choir's been a resounding success. Like,
Tell us what you got to do.
I got to go to Eastern District. I almost got into All-State. I managed to get into round 2 of that. And I've been enjoying being able to use my voice for these. I am glad. This has been a train ride. But it's been an enjoyable one.
We love Jacob. He's wonderful. So So we really feel that's what I get to do all day. It's so awesome. The PVA is really breaking the mold of traditional and virtual learning, or the traditional mold of virtual learning. We provide a rigorous curriculum combined with flexibility that allows students to take ownership of their education. We're building something that feels innovative, student-centered, and sustainable. Our goal is simple, and it's to meet students where they are, support them along the way, and help them reach where they want to be. And finally, as we look to the future, I want to leave you with this. Poto Virtual Academy is more than an online program. It's a community of learners who finally have a place where school works for them. Our staff shows up with heart, our students show up with courage, and together they're building something powerful. But I want to thank you, truly, for supporting this program, for believing in our vision, and for giving our students another pathway to success. Together, we're empowering students at Poto Virtual Academy to achieve their dreams and become lifelong learners. I really believe that the future of PVA is bright and that this is only the beginning.
Do any of the board members have any questions?
No, thank you. Great program, great opportunities for the students.
Great presentation. I think you started it off well.
Thank you.
All right. We'll do the next two items together. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve rescinding of the election resolution for the election of board members that was approved at the October 13, 2025 regular school board meeting, and discussion and vote to approve or not approve a special Board of Education election resolution for the election of school board members.
Okay, so in order to, we got the board resolution passed, but the next step is to get our legals and our press release in on time, and we didn't, so we failed to do that. So by not doing that, we self-reported, we recognized that we didn't do it, so it's not like somebody caught us and like, hey, we knew that we had messed up. So from our end, what we did is we went ahead and scheduled the special meeting, and so with this new special resolution, what will happen is April 7th was going to be the general election. That will still be the general election. So April 7th will still be that date. What it does change is the election filing period, and that will be January 2021 and 22 now. So that's what's going to end up changing. And this time, we'll make sure that we get it in like we're supposed to prior to 10 days in advance. So I think this is one of those things where if you see that you mess up, you just fix it and move on, and that's what we're doing. So any questions on items 8 or 9?
No questions? I'd entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion, we approve it.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve stipends for the Rural Literacy Accreditation Initiative in the amount of $900 for the 25-26 school year.
So we received a rural literacy grant this year, and we need to use it to pay for stipends. And so we would like to pay teachers that are focusing on the high quality literacy tutoring. Sorry. So that's why we're bringing this to you. We have to pay them through a stipend. We would like to for you to approve this so we could do this year with the money that we received.
Are there any questions?
Did you say that was used, it's only to be used as a stipend?
We can use it for stipends and some supplies like but last year it was totally different last year. The money, there was more money, and we didn't have to pay the teachers. And so last year we received some money and we paid for the supplies part of it. So we paid for the supplies last year. This year they went a different direction, and Miss Tillery knows a lot more than I probably do about it. But they went a different direction. In the rural schools, we received $11,000. And they're wanting us to use it to pay teachers on a stipend this year.
Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Are there any other questions? I'd entertain a motion. Is there a second? Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve board policy.
Okay, so in your packet, you've got a salmon colored sheet, and then below it is a gold colored sheet. So this is the DEC-R7 policy, which is maternity leave. So what this is in our policy, it states that you have to be here for a year before you can receive maternity leave. From our end, we want this to be a recruiting and retention piece for teachers. So we're asking the board to allow us to amend the policy so that you don't have to be here for a full year before you can receive the maternity leave bonus. And basically what it allows is it allows 6 weeks to be taken, which they're going to be gone anyway, so we're going to have a sub. But what this does is it doesn't put it on them. It allows us to take that burden on us as a district. So brand new, young family with kids, it's just a nice piece from the district to the family. So, and I know other companies allow or have policies in place where you have to be there for a year or 2 years or whatnot. But, and I would say most schools are saying you have to be there for a year because that's the way when this came in a couple of years ago, that's how it came in from the state. So from our end, this could really be a recruiting piece for us in regards to that component. Because we could have someone that wasn't going to come, but they're going to be able to get here because of this. So it's just hard to find teachers. So we want to try to make our school as favorable as we can for teachers. Any questions on the DEC-R7 policy?
You've looked at the financial side of it and the
Yeah,
affordability for the
the
school
max, the max that it would impact us is $3,000 is what we had looked at. So that's per the whole 6 weeks, everything, you know. And since we've done this, it's only affected a couple of people anyway, so it's not a ton of people, but it would have an impact. So $3,000 that we're paying instead of that family's paying when they're having a baby. So, and then do you have anybody else have questions on DEC-R7? And then FE policy, that's your normal transfer policy. So we do that every quarter. There's no changes in the FE policy. So, but once again, we have to do that every quarter. So it's time to get that approved.
Roll call, please. Yes.
Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a modification to the PHS handbook.
All right, you have an attachment from Mr. Ballard that has kind of some additions in here, and basically what it's adding is it's adding the breakfast component. So what we've had is we've had kids get to school grounds and then decide they want to go get breakfast over at McDonald's or wherever. Well, we've got open lunch, so that's kind of what's been happening, but it doesn't say in our handbook that they can go and leave campus once they get here for breakfast. So we're making the adjustment on here so that those kids can just go ahead and continue to do what they've been doing. It's just getting our handbook up to date with what's been happening. So we might have someone that gets to school and then decides to go over to McDonald's before the bell rings and before school starts, and that's what we would allow with this policy. Any questions on that?
No questions? I'd entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve and keep doing what we're doing.
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please.
Adams?
Yes.
Heck?
Yes.
Smith? Yes. Yocum?
Yes.
McGee?
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a memorandum of understanding for services with Carl Albert Mental Health.
Yeah, so this is a yearly item for us. What it allows is it allows our students that need more assistance than what we can provide. It allows us to reach out to Carl Albert Mental Health. They have wraparound services and just services that we can't provide. So it's a good partnership with us. Like I said, it's a yearly item, so nothing new. There's no cost to the school with this. They would, if there's billing, it would be billed on their end too.
Are there any questions or comments? Does anyone want to make a motion?
I make a motion we approve the mental health agreement with Carl Albert.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Heck?
Yes.
Smith? Yes. Yocum?
Yes.
McGee? Yes. Adams?
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve out-of-state activity trips.
Yeah, so you just got some here from the FFA. They're wanting to go to Fort Smith February 4th and then Conway, Arkansas on February 12th. So I didn't see anything in here that would raise any type of alarms. But do you have any questions on either one of those items?
Entertain a motion.
I make a motion we approve the FFA trip.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the activity fundraisers for the 25-26 school year.
Yeah, so we have some from the SEC, the high school, as well as FFA in here. Once again, nothing that raised any alarms for any of us, so.
Is there a second?
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Facilities report.
Mr. Cochran.
All right, a couple of things that we finished up, the high school gym bathroom renovation in the foyer has wrapped up the week of Thanksgiving, so that looks really good. Also, like Valerie mentioned before, we've got a PO in place now to start construction of the new weight room in between the field house and the 7th and 8th grade center. We've got to do a little bit of utility work prior to that, so we've got a plumber lined up. He's waiting on materials to be able to do that. So maybe by the end of this fiscal year, maybe, we can get started on that. So it'll be a metal building, 75 by 50, I believe, 3,750 square feet. So it'll be a nice sized building. That'll fit in there. Transportation, I'll mention the 2 new electric buses. Those have been built. They will go to an air conditioning shop to get air conditioning put in those buses prior to us receiving them. I don't know that we'll get them with just another week or so before we're out for break. So I expect those after the first of the year. But we all are probably this week getting the electric charger installed. OG&E has done their part. We've got a pad put in place to mount the charger. We will have to get in touch with the charging company to have them come out and commission it once everything's hooked up, just to make sure that they're good with the way it's hooked up. But those are progressing nicely. So sometime, I would say mid-January, we should have a couple more quiet buses roaming the streets. So it'll be good. Anybody got any questions on anything? Okay.
It's great. It's
Thanks.
exciting. Superintendent's report.
Yep, so report cards are out. From POTO standpoint, all of our sites had the same letter grade as they did last year, except for the SEC. SEC ended up moving from a C to a B, so we had nobody go down and we had one site move up. So from a report card standpoint, I feel like we're still doing quite well, performing well with everybody that we would want to compare ourselves with. And I think one of the big items on report cards is remember that it's a little bit of a moving target. They are planning on changing it again next year. They're taking the attendance component away on the report cards. So I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like, and I haven't heard definitely what they're replacing the attendance component with. I've heard multiple different things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the report cards moving forward. On midterm adjustments from a financial standpoint, there's going to be a bump in most schools from around the state at midterm. POTO, we might see a small bump, but we won't see as big as everybody else because we're losing 42 kids on the state aid formula. So that 42 kid loss is going to end up having about a $275,000 to $300,000 impact going into next year that we are anticipating that we'll be down from state aid on that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at midterm. The factor number has continued to change, so we're not exactly sure what it's going to look like, but I don't anticipate us being down very much, if any, at midterm, but next year is when I see us having to make some adjustments to make sure that we don't feel that $275,000 loss next year. So any questions on report cards or midterms?
we have any other new business?
No, ma'am.
I would like to say that, you know, our report cards, I think that that's reflective of all of the work that happens at each of our sites. And so we appreciate all of our teachers, all of our staff, all of our administrators for all your work that you do to make that happen. So I know the students have to work hard too, but y'all have to lead them in the right direction to make sure that, that they get there. So thank you for that. All right, executive session? Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session.
Okay,
I'll second his motion.
roll call, please. Yes.
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 right, the board met in executive session, and discussed only those matters allowed, with regards to employment as provided by Title 25 Oklahoma Statute, Section 307B1. Those present in the executive session were the board members and Mr. Kempnick. No action was taken, no motions were made. The board returns to open session at 7:11 PM. All right. Vote to approve or not approve the employment of an assistant principal for PKMS and SEC for the 26-27 school year. Robin Gillum.
I move that we approve Robin Gillum.
I'll second his motion.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Welcome. Congratulations. All right. Motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn. I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. I don't know that I did get yours.